Hey Ari, you look amazing. I learned that trick from Dan asking me a question.
This is Joe with that hashtag show, and I am back with round 2 with Ari Boyland, Flynn McAllister on Power Rangers RPM. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I got ran over by a lawnmower on my way here and lost all my hair. But
Did you? Hey, guess what? Guess what? I just saw Blood Punch on iTunes.
woohoo! Yeah,
See the Hollywood Reporter thing about you guys?
I did indeed.
That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, pretty great, amazing.
People-
Yeah, did you see the LA Times review?
No.
Yeah, it was really bad, but it was because the guy that reviewed it was a 65-year-old man who also liked the Hot Tub Time Machine too. So we can't really trust his opinion, can we?
I'm going to take stock in what the Hollywood Reporter said.
I think so.
Like, let's be honest, Blood Punch is a very, very creative movie.
It is very creative, yeah. I wish I could take responsibility solely for that, but unfortunately not.
Hey, wait a minute. Off screen, you told me you took full sole responsibility for it. You said it was your idea. Just kidding.
Off camera, right? Off camera.
So, the last time I had you on the show, you passed your Power Rangers quiz with flying colors.
Yes, I did.
The second part of this little adventure here that we do is fan questions.
Okay.
So, what has happened is we got fan questions for you on this little device here. You're going to put these headphones on.
All right. All right.
We have Ari questions. You ready?
Okay.
Hey Ari, you look amazing. I learned that trick from Dan asking me a question. So my fan question to you is, if you got to ride in any car, because I feel like your character was a bit of a mechanic, if you got to ride in any car, which car would you choose? And who would you choose to be your passenger? Love you.
That was from the lovely, lovely Anna Hutchinson. She is awesome.
Yes, she is amazing. I love Anna. So her question was, to reiterate, if I could ride in any car, what would it be and who would be my passenger?
Actually, she'll be appearing on screen with us. So, like, that question's gonna be a split screen.
There you go, so I don't have to do it. Well, number one, love you too, Anna. And my car that I would want to ride in would probably be a Tesla Model S, because I haven't been in one yet and I really like them. And my passenger would be you, Anna. How could it be anybody else?
It's a really good answer, actually. Yeah. My passenger would probably be Anna Hutchinson also. That was question.
For different reasons though, right?
That question was directed towards me. Ready for the next one?
Sure thing.
Yo, what's up? This is Philip Jean-Marie, Blue Power Ranger, Wild Force, Max. I have a question for Ari. Ari, I really love your season, Power Rangers RPM. If there was anything that you could do different, what would you do?
So that question was from Philip Jean-Marie, who played Max in Power Rangers Wild Force.
Right.
What do you
got? What do I got? Okay, so I would, if I could do anything else differently, I would do more flips.
Can you do a flip?
I can do flips.
I'm not going to ask you to do it, because I believe you.
I was a gymnast for a long time.
All right, let's... No, I'm just...
No. I will not do... I'm not your dancing monkey. I won't do flips. But if I could do it differently, I would.
Really? Maybe. How much of the stunt work did you guys actually...
Well, I mean, they want us to do as much as we possibly can, because it's easier for editing and to cut around it and that kind of thing. But it's also about scheduling, about how much time you can get away from main unit to be on second unit. I did quite a bit. And a lot of the members of RPM did a lot more than other seasons have, because we just so happened to be a much more coordinated bunch, which worked out well. So we got to do quite a bit.
You guys have a pretty awesome cast, too, because it's... obviously, you guys had Dan Ewing on the show.
Yeah.
You guys had Rose MacGyver.
Yeah.
And Ika.
Blowing up.
Oh, man, you
Blowing
guys
up.
have an amazing cast.
Adelaide Kane, blowing up.
She's great also.
Yeah.
She was at your premiere. I met her at your premiere.
Yeah, sure.
All right, you ready for the next?
Yeah, let's do it.
Hello, I'm Jason Ferguson, aka Jason Ranger, and I'm also part of the Go King Ranger team. And my question is for you, Ari Boyland. While preparing Flynn McAllister and Power Rangers RPM, did you do any research about Scotland, from the Scottish accent to the dress code? Because you wore a kilt in the wedding episode, and you mentioned Glasgow in the episode. Research like maps, cities. That was also my home. That's also where I live, Glasgow. Just want to know, because you really convinced me that you're Scottish. See that? And as a Scotsman myself, that's pretty impressive. So thank you for taking time for answering my question, And this is Jason Ranger, signing out.
Awesome.
So, a Scottish dude asked you a question.
Yeah, I mean, I'm Jason. I'm humbled and honoured that you think that I fooled you, that I was a Scotsman.
I wouldn't say fooled, you acted.
Yeah, no, I acted. Yeah. Well, whatever. I used my acting. I did a bit of obviously I did a lot of research about Scotland, but it was more specific to the accent than the actual country itself. And I did model the accent off a Glaswegian accent, which I loved. I think it's awesome. It's super melodical and really, it's just really interesting to listen to. And I did that in the audition, and basically what ended up happening, what got shown on screen, was that the production wanted me to pull it back because they were worried that it would be too difficult for an American audience to understand completely. So I was doing like the full-on Glaswegian accent like this, like really, really strong. But they were like, well, it's awesome, but no one's going to be able to understand you, so pull it back a bit. So,
you know, it's funny, when I first met you, I thought you were Scottish too, I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah, and that was after like 20 minutes of talking to me, right?
I was like, wait a minute, hold on. Something's different here.
Yeah.
Are you ready for the next? Which is funny, because you kind of answered this, though, but we'll see.
All right.
My question is for the Blue RPM Ranger. I was wondering, what part of Scotland did you base your accent on? As I'm from Scotland, and you really did convince me that you were Scottish. So I was wondering, what part did you actually base it from? Like from Glasgow to Edinburgh, to all the way to the area I'm from, the Highlands. And also, by any chance, could you please say, I'm Scottish, like you did when you and Tanaya were fighting, and she questioned who you were as a ranger. Cheers. Power guy out.
Awesome. Alright, so that one. I based the accent, as I said, off a Glaswegian accent, but as I said, I had to tone it down. So I was worried that it would lose its authenticity, but obviously, you know, if I convince you I'm Scottish, then I'm stoked.
Yeah, it's crazy. You can actually convince people from Scotland that you're Scottish. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I had people on set actually coming up to me after 2 weeks and being like, hey man, how long you been in New Zealand for? And I'm like, dude, I was born and raised in Wellington. And they're like, what? And can I say it? Absolutely I can say it, because it's my favourite thing to do. I'm Scottish!
There you go. We have another one. I think this might be the last one.
Alright.
Hey, my question for Ari Boyland is about Blood Punch. Was that meant to be sort of a small or kind of large Power Ranger RPM reunion, or was that kind of accidental, like, oh, so-and-so got cast, and now you got cast, or was it definitely like, whoa, I wrote this movie, it's going to be a Power Ranger RPM reunion?
Awesome. So Blood Punch was actually made and written for the actors that played those roles. So it was an RPM reunion, but not because it was like necessarily about Power Rangers, but it was because that's where we all met, and that's where Eddie, who wrote the script, basically saw us and learnt us and knew what he wanted to do. So it was very much an idea from while we were shooting Power Rangers. We didn't know about it until he came to us with a script about 6 months or a year later.
Later, after you guys wrapped Power Rangers.
We wrapped, yeah. But it was definitely always in mind for the actors that played those roles. So for me, for Olivia Tennant, for Mila Cawthorne, all of us specifically, and then the others were kind of pulled in because that was the pool of actors that they had available. But it was 100% definitely supposed to be for us.
A question I have actually to follow up on that is with Blood Punch, did you know throughout the process of doing Power Rangers that Eddie was working on this?
No, I did not.
Oh, wow.
I did not at all.
So he was almost doing a character study on you guys and writing the script.
Yeah, completely. And I mean, you've seen it. So the character that I play is completely removed from Flynn or from anything else. But Eddie felt that he knew that I had that in me somehow. I don't know, because I play a sociopath. I'm not really.
Yeah, we know.
But
That's really amazing though, because I would have never, that's really a director or slash producer really understanding a process of an actor and getting something like that out of him is really impressive.
Yeah. Well, what he said actually was that it was an amazing experience for him to write a script for actors, as opposed to writing a script and then being like, right, now we're going to go out and cast it. Actually being like, we're writing the script, but I know exactly who's going to play these roles. he said it was it really helped his experience of making.
And Olivia and Milo are brilliant in that film as well.
Yeah.
All right, I think this one is going to be the last.
All right.
Hey Ari, this is Lance, aka Admin Bulk from the fan page More Phenomenal. And my question for you is, if you could have made Flynn any nationality other than Scottish, which would it be and why? Thank you.
All right, that is a good question, actually. Okay, so through the audition process, the reason that Flynn actually ended up Scottish is because they didn't know, based off the Japanese footage from Sentai, they didn't know what to do with the character because the character never really did much. So they basically, through the audition process, they're like, cool, we want you to come in and read for this character, but we don't know what accent to use or something, so just bring in something. So I came in with Scottish, Irish, South African, and Eddie also got me to audition mute. So we get given an audition scene with sides, you got your lines, you learn the lines, everything. It's like, okay, that was great, that was awesome. Now can we just do it, but just don't act out the whole scene, but just don't say anything. So I think it would have been really cool to do Flynn mute, but I don't know, Scottish is where they landed. So
Was this an audition or an improv class?
no, well, it was an audition, but it was an improv.
That's pretty cool though. I didn't know that you had that much. So it was really that Flynn was really based around what you kind of created and brought to the process of that.
Completely. Eddie says that a lot, that everything that happens with my character was based on what I was doing in the first episode or two.
I really want to get you, me, Eddie, and whoever we can from your cast to sit down and talk this. Rangers RPM is my favorite season because it just goes in a completely different direction.
Totally different, yeah.
And I was talking to Chip Lynn as well, and I know that he was put in a rough spot coming on board. But I just really want to see what that vision would have been, you know?
What it was, yeah. I think the idea was that I think it was heading generally in that direction, but yeah, it would be very, very interesting to sit down and kind of really have that nut out that discussion.
Maybe in a future Power Ranger timeline, if Saban ever wanted to revisit the RPM world.
Yeah, we'll see.
It was a pleasure having you on the show, buddy.
As always, man.
Thank you so
Absolutely.
much, and we'll do this again next time.
Indeed.
Awesome.